If you grew up in the 1980s, chances are you saw them without knowing their names. Three girls stepped out of a bright red car in the sunlight, their hair blowing in the wind, their smiles confident, and their charm almost inexplicable. Just a few seconds on MTV was enough to make millions of viewers stop in front of their televisions. For many, they were more than just models in a music video. They embodied an entire era. But interestingly, more than 40 years later, most viewers still don't know the true story behind the girls known as the ZZ Top Girls. Today, when people talk about the most iconic music videos of the 80s, they often remember the red Eliminator car and the three mysterious girls appearing alongside the band ZZ Top. That image became so famous that many believe it was the same group of women who appeared in all of the band's hit videos. But the truth is far more complex. Behind those fleeting few-minute clips are completely different lives, unexpected career paths, and stories that MTV has never told. It all began in 1983 when ZZ Top released Me All Your Lovin. The video quickly became an MTV phenomenon and introduced the first two faces of this iconic girl group: Danielle Arnaud, a French model living in California, and Jeana Keough, who later became known as Jeana Keough. When the next video, Sharp-Dressed Man, came out, both appeared, but a third blonde girl had been replaced. This created the confusion that lasted for decades. Then, in 1984, a young woman from Santa Barbara walked into an audition wearing only a t-shirt, jeans, and a cold. She wasn't dressed as glamorously as the other models. She never imagined her life was about to change. Her name was Kymberly Herrin, and in just a few short days, she not only became a ZZ Top girl, but also embarked on a journey to become one of the most memorable faces of 80s pop culture. What no one knew at the time was that the three girls standing next to that red car would go in three completely different directions. One became an MTV icon. One entered the world of reality television, and the other abandoned the spotlight to pursue a completely different life. But before we talk about those paths, we need to start with the woman who inadvertently stole the spotlight with her debut appearance. Of the three ZZ Top girls, Kymberly Herrin probably left the strongest impression on audiences. Interestingly, she was never prepared to become an MTV icon. Born in 1957 in California, Kymberly grew up by the sea and had a life very different from the glamorous image the public later came to know. She loved nature, enjoyed surfing, and even studied geology. Her entry into the modeling world was almost accidental. One day, while at the beach, she was approached by two Playboy representatives. It was a moment that could have changed any young girl's life, but Kymberly reacted in her own unique way. Instead of immediately agreeing, she found a way to get her photographer friend a referral fee. Those photos later reached Hugh Hefner and made her Playmate of the Month in March 1981. However, Playboy was just the beginning. The real opportunity came in 1984 when she received a call informing her that an audition for ZZ Top's music video would be in just an hour. There was no time to prepare, no makeup crew, no fancy costumes. Kymberly had a cold and was wearing only a simple t-shirt and jeans. When she entered the audition room, she saw dozens of models perfectly dressed from head to toe. By all Hollywood logic, she had no chance of winning. But sometimes, true appeal isn't about perfection. While others tried to impress, Kymberly sat and chatted with the ZZ Top members about motorcycles, life, and the most ordinary things. It was that naturalness that landed her the role. When filming for the Legs music video began, Kymberly became a newcomer to a group already with established relationships. According to many later accounts, fitting in wasn't easy. But that quickly became irrelevant. As soon as the cameras started rolling, she almost completely stole the show. Her radiant smile, signature blonde hair, and healthy Californian beauty made her stand out in every frame. Many believe that Legs was the video that made Kymberly Herrin the most memorable face in the entire history of ZZ Top Girls. Incredibly, all of this happened within the craziest few days of her life. In less than 48 hours, Kymberly landed a role in the movie Romancing the Stone, and then appeared in Ghostbusters, one of the biggest blockbusters of the 1980s. Overnight, the girl who had once appeared on a California beach became a household name on screens across America. In the public eye, she was more than just a model. She was a part of the youthful memories of an entire generation. Kymberly lived most of her life in Santa Barbara and maintained a relatively private life until her death in 2022 at the age of 65. Meanwhile, Danielle Arnaud took a path that was almost unexpected. After enjoying her glamorous years as ZZ Top Girl, she gradually distanced herself from the entertainment world. Instead of trying to cling to fame, Danielle shifted her focus to education, sports, and the arts. She was a yoga instructor, a long-distance skier, a fitness expert, and finally became a university-level French lecturer. Her life after Hollywood didn't revolve around fame, but around knowledge and personal growth. It was a rare choice in an era where so many people are willing to do anything to stay in the public eye. And then there was Jeana Keough, the only one of the trio who truly found her way back into the spotlight. After years of television and variety shows, Jeana unexpectedly became one of the standout faces of The Real Housewives of Orange County. A whole new generation of viewers came to know her without realizing that the woman on screen was once one of MTV's legendary Eliminator Girls. While Kymberly became a memory, Danielle became an educator, Jeana transformed herself into a reality TV star. 3 women, 3 different destinies, but all began with the same red car and a few immortal minutes on MTV. Interestingly, none of them actually became A-list Hollywood superstars. Kymberly Herrin chose a quiet life on the California coast. Danielle Arnaud stepped away from the spotlight to pursue education, art, and personal passions. Jeana Keough found fame in a completely different way on reality television. 3 different paths, but all leading to the same starting point. And perhaps that's what makes this story so compelling. Fame may come and go. Movies, TV shows, and magazines will eventually be replaced by the next generation. But memories are different. Just the first notes of Legs ring out, and millions of MTV fans immediately remember the red car, the short dresses, the confident strides, and the 3 girls who became an integral part of American popular culture. More than 40 years have passed, and ZZ Top remains a legend. But somewhere in the memories of millions of viewers, the Eliminator Girls continue to step out of that red car as if time had never passed.